Well, hi, this is Crixon, and this is fresh 9.2 content happened just today, and a bit of an announcement. I've been running with kind of a team, so I've talked about Livelock in my channel a few times. He was doing Blood DK content, now he's playing a Shadow Priest. So ProVoid is Livelock from YouTube, and then Nezo, the rogue, is also a bigger YouTuber for Resto Druid, Cocomojo. So I'll put their links in the description if you want to check them out. So this is 9.2 new affixes. It's bolstering, it's explosive, it's tyrannical, and encrypted. So I'll talk about all those things as we keep going on. And I realize that Houndmaster's kind of far away. There's a lot of managing here. Alright. There, bring him in. So things are going to bolster. It's going to get hard. This is a very hectic. This affix is very, very hectic. So all these people, we're all in Discord together. We're kind of somewhat making a team. I don't know. We're all playing together. We're learning together. And we're working on communication, the dynamics of it. And so far it's been very fun. We're all, I mean, I don't want to get too much credit here, but we're all very good at learning from our mistakes and figuring out how to play better. And I think we're gonna reach some pretty big heights in season 3. If we keep at it, I think we're gonna go pretty far. Alright, so because of the bolstering, I didn't go left with a lust on this one. So we are trying to figure out how a 17 HOA feels when we are using, our gear is roughly around like a 10. Like the gear we are wearing, 252, comes out of like a 10 mythic now. So we're severely undergeared, and we don't have tier sets or a double legendary yet. So this is definitely, 17 definitely feels pretty hard right now. So there's a lot to think about. And there's a lot of things here that actually are, I don't know. My brain is trying to think of a lot of things at once, and I was trying to describe the cryptic seasonal affix, and I end up dying after this pull. And it was my only death, and it was preventable. It was all me there. So if you see these orbs here off to the left, that's the affix. That's the new seasonal affix. And these are the little relics that come. So the spiky one, the star one, is Vi. That one will give you haste, among other things, but the big thing is the haste. You need whichever buff you want, you have to kill. See, that was totally avoidable, and that was all me. So I already died, and I have to grab aggro. This new affix, whichever one you want, you have to kill it first. And then when the other two die, it'll spawn the boss, the little mini boss. So you have to decide between the spiky one, which is Vi. He will give everybody haste for like 45 seconds. Or the circle, which is will give you cooldown reduction and mana. And I think also health. I'm not exactly sure about that one. And then the last one is square. I don't remember its name, but that one will give you a bunch of movement speed, and you'll be cloaked when you're out of combat, which would be great for skips. So like think DOS in those long corridors, or think any place where you'd want to skip. Look at this dumb alpaca I just got today. it's like whatever. I lost my train of thought. It's a hectic affix because it can be combined into so many things, and pretty much every boss is going to have it as well, and it'll be peppered throughout mobs. So you can stack different ones together. So if you have multiple affixes going out, you can stack them up. The last one here is the square. That's the one with movement speed. But since we killed one of the other ones first, once that thing goes down, it's just going to spawn the mini boss. That's just what's going to happen. So once the relic dies, it'll spawn the mini boss. Okay, mini boss comes up. So we must have killed the sphere first, because this is the mob that spawns when you kill sphere first. Now, until unique and still good, and, oh my god, the words I'm saying, until established routes come out, or until people figure out the best way to do this stuff, I would say default to the haste one. Everybody benefits a lot from haste, and it's a pretty big stat. So I would say default to the spiky star one. Kill that one first, then the others, and it'll spawn the haste guy. You kill him, you'll get the buff. See, we just got the buff from killing the little mini boss. So now if you look, decrypted cipher on the top right of my screen, that's how long we have of cooldown reduction. So on like a long cooldown, it means it equates to like 20 seconds off your cooldowns. So it's not it's good for classes that really need it. Think Frost Mage with Icy Orb. Things that feed into that, you know what I mean? I'm saying you know what I mean already. Man, what a day starting out 9.2. So this dungeon is a 17 is definitely rough. It definitely, because we don't have a lot of the borrowed power we're supposed to have for 9.2 yet, it's more than just an item level disparity. It's a lot of other powers from tier set and double legendary that we just don't have yet because it's the very first day. So trying to kick what you can when you can, trying to stay alive the best I can. Yeah, so if you can hear, we're communicating quite a lot, trying to decide who's kicking what, calling out kicks, trying to figure out how we're going to take care of this all, because that's a lot of curses of suppression, or not suppression, obliteration. So for a lot of my voiceovers I'll be doing now, you'll be seeing a lot of these same people. Yeah, he's been bolstered 6 times. And then he did his smash, so it's rough when it's tyrannical bolstering, because you feel like you're playing fortified with harder bosses. It's a very weird affix to do with tyrannical. Like with fortified, it's gonna be really hard, but those bosses will die fast. If you use MDT, it has been updated to where you can see where all of these new encrypted things happen. So just trying to do the biggest. It's hard because I want to do bigger pulls so we can get through it. Ugh. But at the same time, like, I can't do crazy big pulls because things bolster, but I want to make sure everybody can do the damage that they, the bigger the pulls, the more cleave, the more damage that happens. So if you can't have all these die at the same time, then it's going to be rough. Because they're bolstered, they're going to hit a lot harder too. Like a deadly thrust with a 3 bolster hurts, so you got to watch out for that. Of course, as we get more gear throughout the season, this is going to be trivialized a lot more, but the beginning of the season, like a 17 is, I was not doing anywhere near 17s at the beginning of season 2. So this we don't time this. Just spoiling it for you now. We don't time this by 2 minutes. Maybe a little bit, like 2 and some change. I'm not exactly sure. I haven't looked at the VOD yet. We don't time this, but we still get 300 mythic rating for this. So 300 is quite a lot. I don't know why we got so much for it. So before anybody asks, I'm not playing Night Fae because it's meta or anything. It's not going to be crazy good until we have double legendaries and the set. Once you have the tier set and the double legendaries, Night Fae is looking very, very strong. And I would not be picking it if I didn't have a rogue for the tricks of the trade. And I purely just say that because this is going to be less of an issue when we have our tier set. But until then, you sacrifice a lot of... To be Night Fae, you sacrifice a lot of on-pull threat, which you would get from Venthyr or Necrolord. So you trade a lot more, I would say, tankiness for, like, you they're all tanky, they're all good. It's just, if I didn't have somebody who could do tricks of the trade or misdirect, I find I have a harder time getting that initial aggro from the group. So it's going to go off. So because I'm playing with a rogue, you know, it's like, why not? Why not play it? It gives me a lot of strength. It gives me a lot of survivability. Makes my health go way up. So I think I end this key with like 8.5k heals overall, something like that. It's pretty high. With all this stuff bolstering, I mean, it makes sense. See, our rogue is spending his time, like, if it's a big pull, like Shard of Halkias like that, he's funneling all of his damage into that shard. He's trying his best to kill the things with the most amount of health possible. So his DPS representation isn't going to be as insane because he's focusing on funneling the hard to kill targets. It's something that sub rogues are going to be insanely good. They're going to scale hard with the new borrowed powers that we get. But they'll never be like, I don't think they'll ever be top damage on the meters because what they're doing is more intangible for that. Like, they can blast a single target that needs to die right away. And I don't think that's going to ramp as high as somebody who's just AoEing everything and padding through like a Windwalker would. When he does focus on AoE damage, it does get a lot. And when he focuses on AoE damage, it does he does ramp up quite a bit more. Man, it is definitely a hard. It's definitely hard coming into a new season with the gear. Like, so 252 item levels, like, under geared for 17. But you know, we're making do with the explosives. I did like 15k or more heals. I didn't get the death strike off on that one. So to time this, like, we need to hit single target bosses very, very hard. Alright, so most of the bosses, if not all of them, also have this relic situation. So we're looking for Vi to kill. And this is my indecisiveness right here, is trying to figure that out and get us going. You kill that one first, and it's gonna spawn. If you kill Vi first for the haste, this is the guy he's gonna spawn as interceptor. And so this guy will try and snipe at people. He will teleport away and then shoot that beam. You just gotta step out of it. He has relatively low health. I don't know if I can grip him. I haven't tried, actually. That would be nice though, right? And I mess up here. I think I have more time before beams, but I don't. I should be running. So we all just got the haste now. So we all just got that haste. Oh, it's 45 seconds, right? Of haste.
Perfect. That was so good. Alright, so now we have haste. For 40 seconds.
Then it's just trying to burn the boss as much as possible. Right now we're not. Like, with how much, with the haste increase and everything, we should be doing a lot more damage. But like I said, we're very under geared. So if we had higher single target, I don't know. It's tough because of the bolstering of these tyrannical mobs. I blinked over there because I want to be away from the rest of the team. When he puts his slam down, I don't want to hit a teammate. So I'm constantly looking where my friends are to make sure I don't just slam one. Like I said, I'm in Discord with everybody, so I'm not trying to just snipe somebody and then, like, I'm gonna hear about it. Like slam. So I'm just gonna kind of move over because I have a lot of room over on this side. So yeah, the hecticness comes from large pulls with the encrypted affix. A lot of mobs just have them peppered in. Now, if you guys know a better way to handle the route, please feel free to comment. I read all YouTube comments, and if you want to help a smaller channel grow, and please like and like, subscribe, comment, all the things that everybody says. It does help the algorithm for me, and it gives me more viewership.
It was fun with that 40 seconds of haste.
So, because we have a rogue, I'm not trying to get the relic over there.
Can't see still.
We actually had no idea. He said that I was with you. We have no fucking idea.
Yeah, it's nice. We actually have a pretty good dynamic. We can still joke around. We can still try, to do good. And, yeah, we take it serious, but not too serious to where we get mad at each other. Like, we all want to do good. We all want to push our keys this season. But we don't, I don't know. I think it's rare to find a group like that where they can all kind of play and joke around together. Yeah, this is bad. We don't have a single thing down yet.
We're still single target.
We should blessed at the start of that.
We didn't even manage to see the end. What?
I think Muggle needs the ramp.
The ramp, because I have like 0 resources going into this after skipping.
Yeah, so we're discussing when to lust, when the ads come out or before the ads come out, so the Demonology Warlock can ramp up with those minions. So I'm gonna grip this one in.
Nice.
So, Tyrannical Week makes this really hard. It's very crucial that you are trying to minimize this dot. So if you can, you blink out, you do whatever you can to get out of it.
Oh, you decurse me. Thank you.
What the fuck?
I was wondering why I was still casting. Oh, that's 5 hit. No, do that every time.
Oh man.
I promise. It's worth it.
So we're just trying to survive, trying to get the key done, get exposure to all the new affixes and stuff. This was not great, but ooh. Did he get out in time? Yeah, I don't think he got the affix on him. So this would be a good key to be Necrolord for. You'd get Gorfine's Grasp on one set, and then you'd get A-Bomb Limb on another set. So you'd be able to just keep pulling the stuff in. And sometimes these things bug out to where they just stand there and don't do anything. But here, check this out. Bink! Alpaca. Up on out of there. I'll pack my stuff up. Alpaca my stuff up. I don't know, I'm not a cool person. So this got stuck. After we killed this boss, I don't know if this was a bug or not actually. I'll let me know if this happens to you. So every boss is supposed to have this affix, right? We're all supposed to get encrypted, I think, for each boss. But the encrypted, it got stuck behind the door. So we ended up having just some random pack of encrypted that wasn't supposed to be there yet. Like, it's supposed to be with this boss. So I think we had a bit of a bug here, because it's just random encrypted by itself. It's supposed to come out with this guy, which would have been nice for all that haste. See? Look, it's just sitting here. It was supposed to come with.
What do we even do in this? I'm gonna make a targeting macro.
So we killed Vi first, then you just kill the other two, and it's going to spawn Vi, which is the one we first killed. It'll always spawn the one you first killed. Alright, kill him. I think I'm going to bring him into the next room because we're short on time pretty bad. But this, keep in mind, this was supposed to spawn with the boss. We were supposed to get this with the boss. 45 seconds of haste would have been amazing. So I just get in here. I don't have mass grip yet, which is kind of awkward. But then, so I'm also communicating in chat, like, please make sure you guys, like, group up the Houndmasters, like, decide who's going to kick which one, so that way I don't have to leave. Because it's going to be a waste of time if I have to run away, you know. And I'm like, don't make me leave. There's a little beast. And I think this Houndmaster does it, and both were just handled.
Don't make me leave. Dude, I feel that.
So now we got another one. We just got the buff. We ended up getting the cooldown reduction one instead. But I think it gives mana too, right? I mean, I guess maybe you're watching this because you don't know, but I think the dogs got big there.
They need an audio cue that those things are doing shit. Sounds good.
Sounds cool though. I mean,
Sounds dope. So you sound like you know what you're doing. So dope.
Yeah, sorry, I don't have a lot to talk about. I've done this dungeon a lot of times, and we've covered the gameplay of the dungeon a lot of times. So really, I was trying to focus on what has changed for 9.2. And until I have some tier sets, I can't really give you too much new information aside from just the encrypted affix itself, and then the gear disparity of doing these keys right off the bat. And just doing my best to survive as we go through it with all this bolstering. So this is what I'm doing here. I don't know if it's the way to go.
how do we want to kill? Do we want to kill Vi?
So I'm bringing all of them with us to the boss. They bring down Vi. And then I'm saying bring down the orb one next.
Cooldowns. Bobby, cooldowns.
I got first kick on bells.
So now Interceptors came out, and then the next one's going to come out. I don't know what it's going to be. I didn't actually see what we ended up getting out of it. Okay, so we got and we got Vi, which is good. That's what we wanted. We have cooldown reduction and haste. Now, I really need to see if I can grip them. Actually, I think I just tried to. I don't think you can grip them. So you definitely want these to die so you get the power fast. And they are prioritizing the haste, so that's nice. So we get haste and cooldown reduction in this one. Oh, he's still alive. Okay, there we go. So yeah, now we're getting haste and cooldown. It's definitely interesting to have your cooldowns come up faster like that. But I would say for a default, just go for the haste right now until we... You either just go for haste for now to keep it simple as we're all learning, if you're tanking your own dungeons, or if you have some classes that can really, really benefit from the cooldown reduction, then maybe grab it every now and then, or like for a boss grab it. But I would say right now the haste is crazy valuable. Yeah, these boss fights are just taking way too long. You know, we're very undergeared for this. And our rogue is like 240 something item level. So he's doing top damage, but that's also because of the gargoyles. He just needs better gear. In terms of like kicks and everything, it's great. In terms of priority damage and, you know, the funnel, you got a lot of nice things having a rogue. We're all just kind of starting from the bottom, so it'll be interesting to see how to like look back at this video of us playing on the first 9.2 like dungeon, and then see how we get near the end of the expansion. Keep in mind, if you're doing this room, you're going to spawn a lot of exploding. So we're going to have a lot of explosion and encrypted affix and souls and mini boss. This is what I mean by this gets very, very hectic. I mean, look, how do you get all these? Where some are going off. So this really slows down our damage a lot because we're also worrying about all these exploding explosives. So it's like the reason why tyrannical is usually nice is because if you have single target, things will just, you know, you can pull big during the dungeon because you can handle it because it's tyrannical. But this like negates it so hard with all this explosive and bolstering. Things bolster, and if you pull too big, you have a bunch of explosive and a bunch of bolstering, and it's just, it sucks. Oh, we got Drifter. Alright, so this is the other one, the square one. If you kill square first, you get this one. And this one gives you crazy movement speed. And when you're not attacking anything, like if you're not in combat, it gives you Shroud pretty much, like you're invisible. So you could skip through a lot of mobs with this. But once it dies like that, look how fast we are. Yeah, this fight just took us so long. And we're all trying to get used to not having lieutenants anymore. Like, daggers of necrotic wounding made it so this guy healed much less. So when he communes, he would heal much less. But now he gets like full health again.
Again, also complete.
Actually, healing pilot might be a better boss. Yeah, but I usually do.
So here we're just talking about managing cooldowns for the last boss. So yeah, we definitely don't time it, but it was a good effort. Like we had 5 deaths. I'm waiting for healer's mana here. Alright, so we want Vi, but then we need to figure out a way to kill the relics. Kill the relic that we want first. Oh, we got cooldown reduction first. So haste would have been nice, but we got this instead, which is still good. It gives mana back to the healer too. So I'm going to watch my own little thing here and see how much it gives to the healer.
Yeah, that is intense.
Sigma of Pride. We AMS it. So it dies. Let me see his mana. Oh yeah, look at his mana. Holy cow, did you see that?
Oh my god, that's so weird.
It makes his mana come back so fast. Normally that isn't an issue, but it's something to think about.
Almost upstairs.
And thinking back, I should have popped one of my potions. One of my Phantom Fire potions. But I guess I knew we weren't going to time it, so it's like whatever.
I know, it feels so good.
Yeah, I was saying it's kind of interesting that we don't have
You just always skip those things.
LTs anymore, so we're not slow. We don't take increased physical damage on this boss. It's kind of nice. Got so used to it though. Oh, that reminds me, I should probably get rid of my weak aura that used to auto pick my LT and my powers. Sigma of Pride. Stigma of Pride. Why am I saying Sigma? Stigma of Pride. We just put AMS down and we actually negate the application, which is weird because Stigma of Pride is physical damage, but if you do AMS, you negate the whole dot. You just don't. It just doesn't apply to you. And we could do it every other one. I don't know. So I have to eat this one. And just near the end of the dot, I have to just pop defensives. And that's bad. Oh, that was cool. I just saw somebody's IQD trinket healed me. That must have been an accident. 2 minutes and 24 seconds over. So it's totally doable. Still got 387 mythic rating, which is kind of nuts, I think. Yeah, I got that new trinket. I'm not going to use it, but it's interesting that I got it.
I got two of my Fist conduits.
I had no more no more space in my bag, so I had to sell some stuff first.
Oh, is that your new?
Oh, you haven't opened your weekly chest.
So yeah, that's kind of like the big announcement here. Is I'm kind of running with the same people here. I kind of joined forces with LiveLock and Cocomojo from YouTube, and you know I have Archie here, so me and Archie played almost all of season 2, and then LiveLock, Cocomojo, and this Butter Toast guy. They've been playing together for a long time. They know each other in person, so all of us kind of like fit in like a puzzle piece to just do a key or so, like once a day, maybe once every other day. We try and get together and do a key. So this has been going on for about a week and a half or so. We've been doing this, and yeah. So you'll be seeing a lot more of this, and I appreciate you guys being here. I know this has been more of like a ramble.
Yeah, we just didn't. I guess
I'm gonna show you guys the breakdown here in a second, okay? Where do I should probably just skip through it because we chatted for a little while before I show that stuff.
It felt like it was. Wish there were different colors.
All right.
blends in perfectly with the whole rest of
Nothing. There's no background you can turn to.
All right. So yeah, there's the damage, and then here's the healing. Yeah, 8.5k overall. Death Strike is always just MVP. But yeah. All right. Thank you for watching.